It is one of Atlanta's most familiar frustrations, crawling along the east side of the perimeter. If you've been, you know, watching the minutes just tick on by. Now GDOT says relief may be on the horizon with a bold new plan to turn that stretch of I-285 into a faster, more reliable ride. Here now to talk more about that in the Eastside Express Lanes project is GDOT Communications Program Manager Kyle Collins. Kyle, happy Friday to you. Glad to have you here with us here on The Take. So for viewers who've heard about this for years, what exactly will the project do, the Eastside Express Lanes? What will it add, and where exactly are we talking about?
Right, so good morning. First off, we're talking about a 13-mile corridor in DeKalb County, roughly from Henderson Road at the north to Rainbow Drive to the south. We would potentially add two barrier-separated lanes in each direction of 285 to address that congestion, provide more reliable trip times, and also help with transit expansion in this very busy corridor of East Atlanta.
We know you guys have so many big projects that you focus on, but why did GDOT decide that this stretch of 285 was one of the big priorities to focus on?
Right, very similar. It's kind of express lane season. I know we were on the show a few weeks ago talking about what we're doing on the west side, which is a very similar solution to what we're proposing here and soliciting comment on. Really, it's a long-range plan to add these barrier-separated express lanes on the entirety of 285 on that top end from 20 on the west to 20 on the east. So this is just another section we're trying to accomplish.
A lot of work ahead. So how much is this project costing, and who's footing the bill here?
Right, so we don't have an exact estimate right now. I know it would be billions with a B. It's a major undertaking to build something like this in a 13-mile corridor. And again, I want to remind folks we wouldn't be taking away any lanes that exist today, but it would be a public-private partnership delivery. So the risk and obviously the financing would be on a public-private sector partner there. So that would allow us to use tax dollars in a lot of other ways in and around Metro Atlanta to make additional improvements.
So yes, still some work to go. Where does the process stand right now? Where are we right now?
Right, so in the environmental process, that's what we're doing with the public information open house, which we're soliciting comment through November 20th. We've got several in-person opportunities to do that, as well as a virtual component, but tracking along to get that environmental document improved, we hope in that 2027 timeframe. Then past that point, we would continue on and hopefully getting teams on board to actually build out this section of roadway.
So you mentioned 2027. When could drivers realistically expect to be out there using the lanes? Would it be right after that?
Kind of what we're saying for these various sections, we're looking at about an 8 to 10 year window, kind of from once teams start to get on board and start building out section by section of when you would see some of these express lanes come online on the various areas from east to the top end to the west side.
I don't think anybody complains about anything in Atlanta that will ease traffic congestion, but how do you see these express lanes really changing the way that we all move around the city, and what do you want drivers to take away from the project as it is still being developed now?
Well, we'll definitely encourage them to check out the design files if you live in the footprint, see how you may be impacted. We want to hear positive or negative what you think about the proposed plan, but these express lanes are proven to work every place they've been installed. This is a more expansive express lane experience, not to mention, I think it gets lost in the conversation sometimes, is express lane transit, what we're doing partnering with MARTA, the registered van pools and transit providers, getting these lanes for zero charge. You just pay your normal fare that you would utilize to ride these various services. So building out the transit component, giving you that reliable option. And again, it's optional. We're not forcing you to get in the lanes. We think is going to pay dividends long-term for the Metro Atlanta driver experience.
Kyle, quickly before you go, anything we need to be on the lookout for this weekend in terms of road construction or projects in Atlanta?
Well, I think we're always busy, a lot of resurfacing. I know a lot of stuff's happening down on the connector way. We've got various closures, whether it's East Interchange, West Interchange. I think folks know we're busy trying to make improvements now, and this is just another mid to long range plan we have to add some barrels, but it's going to be a good thing long term to give you a more reliable commute.
All right, Kyle Collins, we appreciate you as always. Thanks so much for joining us on The Take.
Yeah, take care. Thank you.
All right, and if you would like to see what the Eastside Express Lanes that he was just talking about could mean for your neighborhood, check out one of 3 public information open houses that GDOT is hosting. You can see the dates and the locations right there on your screen. You can drop in anytime to ask questions. They also will show you the maps, and you can share your thoughts as well.